So we're continuing on the project, and for this one we're mounting one of the pieces onto the plywood. I've pre-cut a slot already and sanded it down a little bit. It's because there's something in the way, so I've got to make that slot. I didn't want to have two pieces, so I want to keep this one same. Just got to be gentle so I don't snap it there. And I started screwing it in. Since this is the back side, I'm not worried about marks. That's why I can leave the pencil marks on this, and just need to sand it down a bit some more once I've included it in. Okay, here's a little tool that I bought a long time ago. It's going to save me a whole lot of time. As you can see, I can pre-drill the holes. This particular one, so it'll be drilled like this, is 8mm, and the top of this head is 8mm as well, which is drills and countersinks quite well, and I already marked, so I'm just going to drill those in and then just use a battery one to drive this multi-drive screw. Although I find that the square is the best option to drive it in. Cool. I'll show you in a minute. So here's the result. I gave it a tiny bit of sanding because there was some chip out. It was in the way. I don't want nothing poking out when I finish. So it's time to go and mount it on a wall. So this is how the board looks now. I haven't screwed anything yet, so it fits in nice and tight. Most importantly, I wanted to have like very little to no gap there, and that's what worked out. So, but I can see that this edge right here is still sticking out and nice and sharp, so we're gonna have to take it off, give that a sanding, make sure there's no sharp edges anywhere, even that corner down there, and this corner's alright. That's what I was talking about, that's what's in the way. That's why I had to cut the slot in. So we'll go ahead and do that, and after that we will yeah, so I know there's a stud behind there, just gonna measure it out, drill in, and then put nice beefy screws in if I can find them. So hopefully I can. Okay, and stay tuned. So for this one I'm using a 10mm self-tapping drill bit, and using these 75mm square end, nice and large screws. Cost me about 10 New Zealand rubles, but should be enough for the project, I hope. And let's get into it. Oh well, so much for efficiency. I broke the drill bit and left it inside the wall. Plus, for some reason I keep missing the studs. That one didn't hit, that one didn't hit, this one kind of hit, so yeah, not going very well. And I still need to secure the top well and put nice chunky beefy, I think I got 75mm here stainless steel through this, or 95, I can't remember, through this and then through the plywood and into the wall. So yeah, another setback. So just deciding on the last positions of the rails. So I decided to put them like that. Gonna clamp them down, turn the board over, drill the holes in, and then secure with screws. So for the next part, had to flip the board upside down. I couldn't use the clamps because the board flexes and it's not held against the beams. Hopefully I got all the measurements right, and I'm gonna drill in and screw the posts to the board. So this is how it looks on the other side. Measurements are within 5mm of tolerance. So as you can see, the mark and the beam pretty close, but I don't like this bit that is sticking out, so I'm thinking cutting it just there as well. The next step is to transfer all these marks where the studs are onto the board, so that when I push it against it, I know exactly where to put the screws in to hold it against the wall. So here how it looks. I haven't screwed it down yet, but I cut off the top. This side didn't work out too well because the brace I was holding the circular saw against moved, but it's okay. A little bit of sanding is good. And I marked all the positions of all the studs out, so, and I removed the tape from underneath the beams. So now I just need to screw them in, do a little more holes, make sure they're nice and tight on there. From the other side I will probably put 4 little screws around each side just to hold this beam in, make sure that it doesn't jiggle anywhere when I put the pipe in. I already pre-made a small template, which I'm gonna just use the guidelines and puncture the holes in and then put the screws in. So this should work, and hopefully, yeah. After that we can lift it, push it against the wall, put the hole in, and just bloody nail it to the wall. Alright, stay tuned. So having done this accurately enough, so now it should be a breeze. Just line the hole, screw that bit in, then screw that side on as well, and go from there. And after that, keep going. I've marked out where I need to drill the holes. I'm gonna drill it. Yes, the drill is broken, and need a bit more torque driving the screws in, so I'm gonna use another drill to do that. So here's the result. It's all screwed in. As I said, I'm going to use a template. I'm going to have to flip it. How does it go? Yeah, it's good. I'm going to create a mirror of this on the other side and just start off this corner, work my way up and get it the little screws drilled in. Here's the result. So I just pushed the board against the wall. Just need to realign here and then push it against, and then based on these marks, just gonna glue it in. But first I need to lift it up just a little bit more. I don't know, about 3 more mil, because I want to clear that edge there, because it's not all even across. So, and then we can just drill a hole here and put a screw straight in. Drill a hole here, put a screw straight in. All along here, same thing. Can just keep going until it's all secure. And after that, this one, it should align with that. Maybe I'll test that first, eh? Cool. So yeah, just working on the sedge. But if I keep going down, there's a bit of a difference there, and then it goes down to normal. Assuming if this edge here is perfectly straight, that means the edge on this wall has got a bit of a concave curve to it, but it's okay. It's not a big one, and most importantly, it matches up there and down there. So I'm just gonna, it's high enough as I want it. I'm just gonna push it against the wall and start just screwing it and should be alright. Cool guys, thanks. I've got the pipe marked out where I need to cut it, and this is where the measure twice cut once rule comes in. You're gonna make sure, since I only got one length of this pipe, I'm gonna make sure that I cut it correctly. So 145 and a tiny little bit, so I'll just cut just after that mark there. So I've just finished cutting the pipe, and this is the idea, that this end is going to fit in there, and once it does, this end just clips in, and yeah, kids can hang on it at this level or go up higher. And then it's even good enough for me, eh? Oop. Yeah, good thing is with a minimum amount of screws it can still support my weight, and which means that if I add more screws in, because I ran out, it will stay there very well, and I'm not going to be worried that it's going to fall off the wall. The feature works well, it doesn't twist, it's easy to clip in, holds well, easy to take out, and everything. So yeah, bang, it's gone. Also, I only had time to cut one bar, but this is the idea. Just hammer it right through, and then it'll be a little staircase, so for all sorts of things. So this project still got a long ways to go. I need to cut another piece to fit in here. Need to put one more piece to cover this corner here, and put a few more screws everywhere just to tidy it up. I'll see if I need to paint it or not, but I like the way it is at the moment. So I'll make that another video. Thanks for sticking around, and yeah, pull-up bar done. Or majority of it is. This has been DIY by NZguy. See you guys later. Little monkeys already on the monkey bar. Just a side note, all the measurements paid off, and it's perfectly straight.